Hold up! Before you drop hundreds on your next drone, let's talk about the absolute best you can get for under $500. These pics might just change how you see the sky. If you've ever stared up at a drone and thought, man, I wish I could get epic shots like that without selling a kidney, you're definitely in the right place. Today, I'm running down the 7 best drones you can grab right now for less than $500. Stick around to the end, because my number 1 pick is so packed with pro features you won't believe the price. 7. Holy Stone HS720E. I'll be honest, when I first got my hands on this drone, I wasn't expecting to be wowed. But you know what? For the price, it held its own in most conditions. The 4K camera was a pleasant surprise in terms of image sharpness, especially in decent lighting. But here's the thing, there's no gimbal. The camera uses electronic image stabilization, which, gets the job done most of the time. But if you're chasing that perfectly buttery cinematic footage, you'll notice a bit of shakiness in tougher situations. Think breeze on a summer day. Yeah, it'll show up in your shots. What I did like was just how solid the build felt in hand. I mean, for something in this category, it didn't feel cheap. The arms fold smoothly, and those brushless motors actually provide a pretty quiet and stable flight for the price point. Flight time is decent, and you get an extra battery right out of the box. Gotta give a shout out for that perk. As for flying, the HS720E makes it pretty easy. The auto return to home feature means fewer sweaty palms when you lose sight of it, and I love not having to recalibrate everything before each takeoff. The mobile app and controller feel genuinely user-friendly, albeit a little beepy, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it's like the drone just loves to remind you it exists. 6. DJI Neo. And let's just say, I have mixed feelings about this one. Right out of the box, the Neo looks sleek and absolutely beginner-friendly, weighing in under 250 grams. No need to fuss with drone registration in most places. Score. Setting it up is genuinely a breeze. The DJI Fly app is a joy, and those automatic flight modes, droney, circle, rocket, and all that, make you feel like a pro in seconds. And here's where I have to be honest. The camera, while 4K, is fixed at 30 frames per second and only shoots JPEG photos. I mean, it's fine for most beginners or casual flyers, but if you're looking to unleash your inner filmmaker, you might start craving more flexibility. There's no manual exposure for photos, and the gimbal is just single axis, relying a lot on DJI's rock-steady electronic stabilization tech to keep things looking smooth. Most of the time, footage is perfectly watchable, but in windy conditions, well, you'll notice some jitters. Flight speed is a big for me. Using the regular controller, it's actually quite slow, maxing at 18 miles per hour. It's enough for tracking people or cycling, but don't expect adrenaline-packed chases here. If you shell out extra for the FPV controller and goggles, you can unlock much faster, sportier flight. But honestly, that starts to get pricey and kind of misses the point of a sub-$500 drone. Still, the AI subject tracking is legit, and the GPS positioning is super reliable. 5. Ruko F11PRO. Number 5 is the Ruko F11PRO, and wow, was I impressed. Right away, it feels like you're graduating from toy drones. The standout? The 6K UHD camera with a 3-axis gimbal. No more just okay footage. This is the kind of drone that'll have you pausing mid-flight to check your phone in disbelief over how crisp, clear, and stable your footage looks. Flying the F11PRO is a blast. Each battery pushes you close to 35 minutes of flight. Yes, you get 2 in the box, so you can film a whole event without scrambling for a charge. Features like dual antennas and bidirectional GPS make the range robust. Trust me, I took it out way further than expected and still had perfectly smooth video transmission. But honestly, it's the camera that's the headline here. That premium Sony lens means richer textures and more dynamic colors. You really see it in golden hour shots or when filming fast movement. And the remote ID broadcasting just gives peace of mind that you're flying safe and legit, especially in areas with tight regulations. One thing I love, it's quiet. Brushless motors mean hardly any buzz, so you can fly it without making the neighbors nervous. As for portability, the F11 Pro folds down small and tucks away into practically any backpack. Now, would I complain? Maybe just a little. While the drone does everything you ask. The learning curve from app settings to using the gimbal for that perfect pan can take a couple flights to truly master. 4. Potensic ATOM SE. This drone has the look and feel of a premium model, but is clearly aimed at beginners and hobbyists who want a feature-rich experience without busting the bank. You get an amazing bundle here. 2 batteries, a carrying case, real radio controller, not just Wi-Fi, and super intuitive controls. The big sell is the 4K camera, and for the most part, it holds up really well in great lighting. While the camera is remotely tiltable, stabilization is handled by EIS, and honestly, for most uses, it's as solid as a GoPro. Though, in really bumpy or windy conditions, mechanical gimbals will always win. The battery life sits at over 30 minutes per pack, and the GPS works beautifully, locking on reliably for smart return to home and even waypoint or orbit modes. The ATOM SE also has a super portable light design, so tossing it in a bag for, say, a hike or beach day is zero hassle. What really stands out is versatility. I mean, I've used it for landscaping shots, wildlife encounters, from a safe distance, of course, and even real estate video tours. It just does the job. Plus, the optical stabilization makes it possible to get smooth shots indoors where GPS signals might be spotty. The drawbacks are pretty minor. The EIS means there's still a limit to how stable your shots will be on blustery days, and, well, the battery charges could be a little faster. Plus, registration through the Potensic app is required, which might bug the privacy-minded. 3. DJI Flip. Cracking into the top 3, here's the DJI Flip, and man, this one's a leap above. If you're someone who's wanted to trade up from basic models but still hasn't hit that pro level, Flip is, well, the perfect in-between. The star feature is the camera, capable of jaw-dropping 48MP stills and buttery 4K 60 FPS video. The 3-axis mechanical gimbal means your footage comes back smooth, even when you're moving fast or the wind picks up. Compared to single-axis models, this is a world of difference. You're now operating with true cinematic looks. Flip's design is rock solid, a premium build, slick design, lightweight for ultimate portability. It supports forward obstacle avoidance, though yeah, only forward, so watch those backwards maneuvers. And packs all of DJI's popular shooting modes. I mean, master shots, quick shots, hyperlapse, panorama, vertical video, you name it, the Flip has it. That said, you'll notice a couple of drawbacks. The flight time isn't quite as high as the Mini 3, so you'll want an extra battery. Also, it's more susceptible to wind than some of DJI's chunkier drones. Lightness is great for carrying, but not so awesome in gusty weather. But the Flip makes up for it in creative flexibility. The internal 2GB storage isn't huge, so bring your microSD, but it's still a useful improvement over zero internal storage. Oh, and palm takeoff landing is just futuristic cool. This is the drone you take everywhere and never regret it. 2. Hubsan ZINO 2. So runner-up at number 2, Hubsan ZINO 2. This drone, it honestly feels like a hidden gem. The moment you get it into the air, it just oozes pro vibes. We're talking a 4K 60 FPS camera with a Sony sensor, full 3-axis gimbal, Ambarella H22 chipset with HDR. This thing captures colors and detail like a champ. Whether you're shooting vivid landscapes or action shots, the feature set is stacked. Intelligent flight modes like tracking, waypoints, orbit, and panoramic photography are all on board. You get dual GPS GLONASS positioning, which makes the ZINO 2 almost freakishly stable, even in trickier flying environments. For content creators looking for something just outside the DJI club, this is a seriously solid alternative. Flight times hit the high 30-minute mark comfortably. I had it up for nearly half an hour and still landed with plenty of battery. Range is impressive, up to 8 kilometers transmission, so you will run out of nerves before you run out of signal. Controls respond instantly, and there's a confidence to every maneuver. Whether hovering, darting, or orbiting, it handles like a drone twice its price. Are there weaknesses? Sure, At nearly 1 kilogram, it's on the heavier side, and you'll for sure need to register it in most regions. Also, at this price, you don't get true omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, so yes, keep your wits about you. But when it comes to pure value for advanced features and video quality, it's hard to beat the Zino 2S. 1. DJI Mini 4K. And now, the #1 drone under $500 is here, the DJI Mini 4K. Honestly, it's not just the best budget drone, it's a straight-up contender for best overall drone for most people. Let's start with the basics. It weighs under 249 grams, so there's usually no registration needed. Slip it in your jacket pocket. You'll barely notice it's there until you unfold those arms and, well, let the 4K camera rip. This thing shoots 4K at 30 FPS, 2.7K at 60 FPS, and can even manage up to 48 MP stills, all on a stabilized 3-axis gimbal. I mean, small doesn't even begin to describe it. It's tiny, but the footage is just chef's kiss. The user experience is classic DJI. Tap to fly, smart preset shots, simple app controls, and the RC-N1 remote makes it feel like a miniature version of pro gear. For new pilots, it's got all the safety nets: return to home, geofencing, beginner flight limits. For the experienced, there's a surprising amount to tune and tweak. Battery life stretches up to 31 minutes, no more cutting flights short, just when the sky turns magical. The features just keep coming: RAW and JPEG photos, panorama, exposure bracketing for HDR, insane transmission range, 10 kilometers in FCC mode, manual camera controls, digital zoom, the works. It's so quiet you can sneak up on wildlife, and so stable that even moderate winds don't spoil your footage. Final thought. So, what do you think? Did your dream drone make the list? Let me know in the comments which one you're eyeing up, or if there's a hidden gem I missed. Thanks for sticking around to the very end. Remember, every epic story needs a killer opening shot, and now you know exactly how to get yours. Happy flying!